want to talk about what comes after regular training or basic training, the sits and the downs and the stays, the things that are really important. But once you've gotten through those classes, what would be next? What could you do? What I find quite often happens with people is they get a puppy or dog and they enroll in basic training classes, which is very important, I think. And they get through those and their dog is, has a level of training that they're happy with, and maybe they start getting bored. Nobody wants to keep taking the same class over and over and over again, and your dog doesn't really need to keep taking the same class, but dogs need mental stimulation. They need physical exercise. They're working animals. Most dogs, they enjoy the process of learning and doing new things. So what comes after that basic training? I think a lot of times people just stop. They don't really consider the fact that going to an agility class or taking a tricks class or doing something completely different is still a great way to spend time with your dog. It's great mental stimulation for your dog to be out doing things, and it's just keeping them in that learning mode. This is especially true of young adolescent dogs. I think we fall into this trap. We get our puppy, we train and train and train. They get to be 10, maybe 9 to 12 months old, and everything just stops. We think, well, I took all the classes, I'm done. He doesn't need any more. I'm just gonna walk him every day. That's when a lot of dogs start getting into trouble. They're bored. They're still very young and active. Many dogs enjoy doing things, especially doing things with you. So I wanted to just kind of run through what are some things you can do with your dog that still keep them in that training mode and things they may end up doing their entire life. So agility, tracking, canine nose work, tricks classes, field work. There's so many things you can do. Therapy dog training. We have to remember that our dogs are working animals. Most of our dogs, they enjoy doing something. They don't all enjoy doing the same thing. I don't see Marshall as a champion agility dog, or basically agility dog at all. He's big, he's clumsy, and he has the energy level for about 10 minutes and then he's done. This is kind of his day. But when he's enjoying himself, he loves to swim. Water rescue could be another activity you can do with your dog. Karting. There's probably many I've left out. Dog scouts. So many things you can do with your dog to have fun. And obviously drop a comment in this video at the bottom if you have a sport that I haven't covered or an activity. But what's important is that, first of all, you have to enjoy it. As much as Marshall loves being in the water and he swims, and I do a lot of training with him in the water, I'm not a great swimmer. I don't really like to be in the water. So getting into a water rescue or water training course would be absolute torture for me because I'd have to be in the water all the time. So I kind of work around for him and I take him swimming all the time and he gets to do what he loves to do. So look at your dog, your breed of dog. What are they naturally inclined to do? If you have a dog with a supersonic sniffer, consider a tracking class or a canine nosework class. It's a lot of fun. Some of these classes are also geared towards dogs who might be a little reactive around other dogs. So for example, if you're in a canine nosework class, there might be 7 classmates, but you're each working one dog at a time. Other dogs are either waiting in your car or they're waiting in a crate somewhere. It isn't just a room full of dogs. So even your reactive dog or dog who's maybe afraid of other dogs, they still get to go do an activity, have fun, and they don't have the stress of being in a classroom environment. So these are things people don't always realize. A tracking class, some of the most energetic dogs that I've known who didn't particularly excel in basic obedience training, they do amazing at tracking, especially if they're, predisposed to loving to sniff, because you get them outside and their brain turns on, their nose turns on, and they are just in heaven. And if you love to be out in the outdoors hiking around, might be a great activity for you. I know people who've competed in lots of different things such as rally, nose work, dock diving. See, I left another one out. He could probably be a pretty good dock diver. He's pretty heavy. I don't know how quick he'd fly off the platform, but I'm pretty sure he would like it. So when we think about ongoing training, all of these fun activities that we can do with our dog, they are training. They're just so much fun, we don't think of it as training. But they keep your dog's skills in check. They don't let your dog go through 2 or 3 classes and then never do anything ever again. So when you're looking at your pup or your dog, think about, well, what do I like to do? Well, I like to hike, I like to be outside. I've done tracking, I've done nose work with dogs, I've done all kinds of different activities. Some of them were fun for me, some of them I did just to give my dog the experience, because things like that also build confidence. I think all puppies benefit from going to a puppy beginner level agility course. It's geared towards puppies, so they're not doing high jumping and running on things, but it's amazing for building their coordination and their confidence. I personally just didn't really get into running around an arena, having my dog run through things and jump over them, so I just didn't continue. Some people love it. Again, it has to be something you and your dog both enjoy, otherwise you're not going to keep doing it. So just think about it and take some time, and you might try a couple of things. Some things will stick, some things won't. But if you want to have fun with your dog, and if you want to help them not slip into that boredom mode at a certain point in time, then start looking at lots of different activities. There's a lot of great resources. And again, if you're participating in an activity or a sport with your dog, please share it in the comments section of this post. And if you have pictures or video, even better, because I think it's great when we can help other people know, well, how do I pursue that? How do I get my dog into agility? Or where do I find a tracking class? I personally don't know every single dog activity out there, so I wanted to share this video just so that we can kind of encourage each other and help each other find some great activities that we can do with our dog and have fun.